Patrick, what's the first thing you see and notice?
I'm inside a cottage.
Mm-hmm.
There's a family.
Mm-hmm.
It's a young couple with their two kids. They're skiing. They're on some kind of holiday or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not standing. I'm floating in the living room, and they're all in there enjoying.
Mm-hmm. So this isn't where they live; it's where they visit.
Yes, this is a vacation place.
Mm. So it's up on a mountain.
Yes, we're in the Swiss Alps.
Ooh, okay. And they can't see you there, right? You're just standing in the middle, watching the kids play, and what else is happening?
I can see very clearly, and I'm really, really aware.
Mm-hmm.
I can, if I want, I can see outside. I can see above the cottage. I can see.
Mm-hmm. Without even moving.
I'm gonna go inside and try to figure out who they are.
Yeah, let's do that. Don't be afraid to use your artifact recall. You can touch anyone right on the forehead and learn whatever you want to. You're merely just by observing.
The youngest, she felt my hand when I touched her.
Interesting. Do you look in her eyes? Do you know her? Does she remind you of anyone?
No, I don't know. I don't know any of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna. They're just people on a vacation. I think. I think when you brought me down, I was floating over Earth, and it's just the first.
Just where you happen to be?
Yeah.
That's so funny. What's the time frame that we're looking at here? Is this now? Is this 100 years ago? Where are we at?
Oh, it feels like it's recent, like it's now.
Okay.
Like it could be night over there at the moment, and it's early evening or something, because it feels like it's right now.
That's really cool. Right, because the clothes and the hairstyles, they look up to date, right?
Oh yeah.
And the skiing equipment looks up to date as well, like the skis and the boots.
And the little boy, well, the teenager is he's listening to music on his phone, and it's rap music. It's all modern stuff.
Okay.
It's stuff I don't really know. It's too recent.
Right. That's real. Well, I mean, if he's got a phone that he can listen to, that's got to be pretty up to date. So, have you touched everybody so far, and it was only the girl that noticed it?
Yeah.
How about the mom?
Everybody. It's only the girl that noticed me. The mom is. She works. They come from France.
Mm-hmm.
She works in the health. She works in a department of a large hospital.
Well, as long as we're here, I would like to see if we can offer the little girl any gifts. Since we're passing through, and she seems kind of special in a way. So let's have a look at her. Does she seem like an indigo or a crystal child or anything? What do you notice about her that seems different, other than the fact that she noticed you?
I think she's feeling something, but she doesn't want to say anything.
Right.
She's afraid that others may judge her.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
I
do you
think
think this is?
she
Go ahead.
knows. She knows that I'm around.
Right.
She knows that some energy is around her, because
Right.
she's distracted.
Right.
The closer I get, the yeah.
She like looking around the room, trying to see what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe thinks you're a ghost or something like that.
I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to go. I'm gonna try to read her mind.
Perfect. Probably confusion, huh? Or is it something that seems familiar to her?
It's not. I cannot connect.
That's okay.
She's wondering that I feel it. She's wondering what it is, and she's feeling that it's good energy.
Yeah.
But she's. I think she's a sensible person. She can feel She
So,
feels that
so
spiritual energy and stuff like that.
the question I want to ask is she feeling you just because she's so young and the subconscious hasn't formed yet? And this is something that, like, you know, we always talk about all kids can kind of see and hear things. Is it because of her age, or is it because of something special about her? She's sensitive.
No, the age has something to do with it, but she's a little more sensitive than most.
Okay.
She's she's one of those souls, that migrant souls that were invited and
Like, answered the call.
yeah, to raise the vibration. She's considered one of those light workers.
Hmm.
She's not an indigo, but she's there to assist. She's a light worker also.
Right. Okay. And do you feel that this sensitivity has ever led to her having some embarrassment at this point in her life?
Oh yes,
Confusion? Yes, right.
it's the same for all of them.
Yes.
It's
And do you feel that she has empathy as well? Is she an empath also?
yes, all light workers are
Okay.
most because there are others that are specialized in different work, but most are very empathic beings
Okay.
because they're good for light reading. They can read personalities
Hmm. Hmm.
and what people, well, the emotional field, they cannot read what people think, but they can get a very good idea of what they are thinking because
Hmm.
they can read the emotional field and it gives you a good
Right.
point of reference of what the person is thinking.
And they just do it naturally. They don't even realize they're doing it, right?
Exactly.
And you know, one of the big problems with being an empath is that sometimes you will take on other people's energies instead of just reading them. You take them on and embody them when you don't mean to also.
Oh yes, strong empaths will do that, and it's not always a good thing.
Hmm. I always say one of the hardest things there is to be out there, you know, of all the powers to have. If you have telekinesis, you just move stuff around with your mind, right? If you're clairvoyant, then you just hear things and see things. But if you're an empath, you take on emotions, and it's the hardest thing to have is an
You're
empath that
right.
doesn't know it,
You're
right?
right. These beings, they've been brought here. They've been sent here to hold the light, to hold the higher vibrations for the rest of humanity to evolve to those levels,
Hmm.
to those energies, to those higher energies. It's the same uh, with every evolution aspect. When humanity is ready, they descend in those new children with higher vibrational fields, and it's to help the rest of us rise in vibration.
Mm.
But these beings are considered different, and they will
Mm.
often be put on drugs, or they will often themselves put themselves on drugs to feel more like the rest of society.
Or they may even reject their skills as well. They'll say, I don't want this anymore. Leave
Most
me, right?
most do it because it's too hard to handle.
Until they get older, you know, maybe their 20s or their 30s, and they say, why did I ever get rid of that? That was a beautiful, awesome thing, right? But everybody always says to them, you're too emotional, right? You're too moody, because they're picking up everybody else's. But before we decide on the right gift to give her, I would just like to explore just a little bit more. Do you feel, Patrick, with your knowingness and looking into her future, does she have any other special skill other than the empathy? Empathy. Clear this, clear that. What is her special skill? Talent with animals, feeling
No,
with rocks.
I don't think it's about skills. I think it's she's got something to do. She's got a future position.
Hmm.
She's gonna have a great future. She's got something to do with the coming changes.
Mm.
She
Like
may
people will look
become
up to her.
yeah, she may become part of a high council of some kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we should try to send in very high energies
Right.
that will help her be
Let's do.
comfortable with
Mhm.
her senses, with her abilities,
With herself and who she is,
so she can be confident and feel good about who she is.
to have a memory of why she came here, and to know that she is guided and on a mission.
You cannot interfere with her memory unless she asks for it.
Right. Okay. Then, but
But we'll go for the emotional field. We can raise the emotional field a little bit so that she feels confident and she's
mm,
not afraid as much.
we love this. I feel so good. I'm so happy that we were able to do this. And
So I'm gonna touch her head and concentrate for a bit to try to
okay. I'm with you,
transpose these energies.
joining with you, and adding love and a big hug.
And she's gonna be able to realize as she grows older that she's got a special mission, that she's a very special person, and
Mm,
that she's gonna be able to help a lot of people.
mm, how beautiful is that?
Okay, so I'm detaching now, and
All right.
I'm out of the cottage.
Perfect. Where would you like to go to today so that we can be comfortable and talk to the higher self?
I'm flying over the mountains.
Mm,
I can see there's large pine trees, and it's very snowy.
mm,
I don't feel the cold, but it's windy. It feels like it's really, really cold.
right. Weather comes in, weather goes out. That's what
I don't
happens.
know. I don't know where to go.
Let's just, as guided by the higher self, find a nice, peaceful place, maybe up in space, maybe by a tree, wherever you think. Maybe back at your secret, sacred place, wherever you just want to hang out for a while and be comfortable.
I'm at the crystal castles again.
Oh, of course. Why didn't I think of that? Okay. And do you want to just hang out outside, or do you want to go inside first?
I
It's
just,
real nice in there, huh?
I'm at the. It's kind of a city, but there's
Mhm.
like an entrance to the city, and it's a castle that you. The entrance of the city is a castle entrance.
Okay.
I'm right there at the foot, the in front of the stairs.
All right. Did we already see the two guards? Should we say hi to them?
They're not
Hey
out
guys,
yet.
nice to see you today, right? If we see them.
No, I can't see. Okay, yeah, they're coming
Okay.
out.
Well, we like to say hi to them. We see them all the time, and we know it's not always the same guards, but we do just like to say hi and thank you for allowing us to be here.
One of them I've seen before.
Hmm.
The other one is new. Is that's different. This one
What?
is he's much shorter and he looks a little a little rounder.
That's funny.
He's got a different look, but that's all good. It's all
Does he have
fine.
the square head by any chance?
This one has curly hair.
Okay. All right.
it's,
That's fun.
it's strange, but he's just there doing a job, I guess.
So I just want to, before I call in the higher self, I just want to make sure if there's anything that it wants us to see or experience here today.
I'm in the room with the
I'd like to call in Patrick's higher self at this time, the highest version of the highest self. And hi, Patrick's higher self. Are you there?
I'm still in the room
Mm-hmm.
with the two guards.
Hmm.
No, yourself's not coming in. I don't know. I'm still in that room. I think they're bringing me to the. Yeah, they're bringing me to the light vessel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're bringing me to the starship.
Okay. Bella Light is what we call her.
Yeah. Oh boy, she's bright and happy, shiny. She's
Oh,
wow.
happy to see you.
Yeah. So I'm going in.
Okay. And let's say hi, Bella Light. How are you doing today?
She's she's really happy. The
Ah,
energies feel there. A lot of happiness, a lot of love.
good, good.
Yeah, she's really, really satisfied that we're using her, that we're traveling with her.
I know, we don't use her a lot of time, actually. We tend to get places anyways without her. And
Yeah, that's the purpose we gave her. So she needs us to have a life. We're the ones that
oh,
created her, so we need to use her.
yes, exactly. Otherwise, she's just hanging out waiting, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're sorry, Bella Light. We will come get you more often. Is there somewhere that you would like to take us today, Bella Light?
She's
Somewhere.
gonna take. She says she will take me higher.
Thank you, Bella Light. Let's do that. I'm sure you know our mission today and what is the most appropriate for us.
We're going up really, really fast.
Hmm. What type of sensations are you feeling as you go upwards?
A lot of speed.
Mm,
We're slowing down.
okay. And what's your first impressions?
Extreme calm. It's really, really calm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm in space. There's
Okay.
not much around. I can see a few stars.
This is nice because there's no distractions. It's very peaceful and calm.
It's really, really calm.
She's still moving or she stopped now?
We're moving, but really, really slowly.
Okay.
Oh, wow, we're getting close to a purple star.
Ooh, that does sound cool.
I can see planets around it.
Is there a name for this star or this constellation
Mm,
that we would know?
she's saying that it's where hope resides. It's where those energies that trying to connect with me
Oh, great.
are from.
Thank you so much, Bella Light, for helping us make this connection. We've been fumbling around with it, never quite getting it right. We should have used you in the first place, right?
Okay, we went into the star.
The purple star?
Yeah, but there's no purple anymore. It's all bright. It's like silver and gold everywhere.
Makes sense.
Oh, okay, I think she's here.
Oh, okay.
I can
We
see
would like to invite her over to talk to us.
I can see a giant lady. Wow, she's like a light body.
Mm-hmm.
She's all golden light.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Hair? Does she
really.
have hair?
I can't see the hair. The light is too bright, but I can see it.
Mhm.
I see her
What's the
face.
emotion and vibe that you're getting?
She's welcoming me.
Mm, thank you. Is there a
Mm,
name
She
that she
says
would like?
she says that she will. She's coming in to assist.
Okay.
She will be assisting in some of our projects that
Okay.
some projects that aren't even thought of yet, that
What?
we're not even aware of yet.
Okay.
She also she's also gonna help us with um, these the problems we're having with inductions.
Yes. All right. Also, we would like to reinforce the fact that can we make it easier for her to communicate with Patrick, by him just meditating now that we've made this connection? Is there something we can do to make it easier for her to communicate with Patrick at will?
And she says that she will eventually be, on request, she will be able to help me
Okay.
with
That'll just come a time.
with opening channels.
Hmm.
She's here because the energies are changing, and
Hmm.
it's permitting her to join in, to connect to those. Yeah, she's becoming a new child. Oh, it's not just me. There's she's connected to. She's showing me planet Earth right now.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow, she's connecting to I think a few people almost in every continent, and
Okay.
yeah, she's got connections with many other beings.
Okay.
Uh, I
Is it
think
necessary or beneficial for us to connect with any of these same beings that she's connected to? Or is it okay just to be connected to her?
she's saying that it's hard for her to, at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
the energies are not ready yet.
Right.
It's still changing. Um, it's hard to understand what she's saying.
So at this time, this is the best way to connect with her, though.
She said it would be easier if I would have went to deeper to the higher self. It would have been a little easier, but
We skipped a step a little bit, huh?
we went a little fast. But she's saying that it's okay anyway, because she won't be able to hold it for very long.
Okay. Can she help us to adjust or modulate Patrick's current frequency so that it will be most ideal for today's communications?
She's showing me the star, okay, that
Mhm.
we went in. So I'm outside again. I don't see her anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm seeing that star, and the star is changing colors. It's getting, it's turned to purple, silver, and purple to a dark blue.
Mm-hmm.
But it's powerful though. But it's
Mm-hmm.
blue. You can definitely see that it's really, really. Oh,
Okay.
I feel it in my forehead.
There you go, Patrick.
I feel the colors in my.
Accept, allow, resonate in a way
She's
that will
doing
allow
something.
her to communicate better.
She's doing something to me. She's opening up the channel.
She's doing what?
She's opening up the channel. She's working on the
Okay.
communication.
Okay. Perfect. Would it be okay if we were to go ahead?
She's a being, a star being.
Mm-hmm.
She's a star.
She is a star.
She is a star.
Okay. So she's like the personality of that star, just like Gaia is the personality of Earth.
Yes.
Okay.
She's
Very
a very powerful being. She's a creator being.
Okay.
She's been called in to assist.
By Gaia or by somebody else?
Source.
Okay.
Called her in to assist.
Okay.
To assist Gaia, to assist Earth. It's something. There's something weird when I say Gaia, because there's a lot of images, but almost like saying that it's wrong.
Pachamama, maybe?
I think there's Gaia is something else. The way they're showing it to me, it's that the Gaia is another planet. It's not Earth that we know.
Oh, okay.
That's strange. I think that's it. Yeah,
Is Gaia the new Earth?
it is a version of Earth that we're not aware of.
Okay. What's the best name for the version of Earth that Patrick and I are used to?
They know it as something like Terra.
Terra? Okay.
Terra.
Yeah, right. That makes sense, like terra firma.
Earth, Terre in French, it means the same thing, Earth.
Sure. Okay.
So yeah.
And this is who she was called in to help, right?
Well, yes, she says that they're calling that name, that version of Earth, as that Earth name because it's so dense.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the densest version.
Terra.
The version that we live in,
right,
is the densest of them all.
Okay.
it can be seen as for some light beings, it can be seen as a prison planet.
Hmm.
That's why some of the rulers on Earth are behaving that way because they feel like they've been sent here in prison.
Right. They're kind of feel betrayed in a way.
Oh yeah, that's why they've been doing so much carnage.
And for this star being, can we ask her to give us a name that we can call her with? It's just easier for us to call in somebody and to relate to and to talk about them.
She represents love and hope. She loves hope.
Loves Hope. Okay, so we can call her Hope then?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Hope. I appreciate that. Very nice to meet you today. Um, so many things to ask you. I guess the first thing would be, uh, why have you chosen Patrick and I, and how can we help you the best?
First, because I volunteer
Mm,
to help, and I'm one of the easiest access for her because of my
mm,
energies are close to hers.
mm,
I'm one of those beings that has very similar energies to hers,
sure.
so she connects first with the easiest.
Mm,
And when those that are connected to her will be able to hold those energies
mm,
on a stronger base,
mm,
she will start connecting with other beings and so on
okay.
and so on
So,
until that energy is connected to all of us.
okay. So she
It
wants us
can,
to get the word out about her then and let people start knowing about her and trying to connect with her.
not really. She wants to assist with with big things that are coming.
Okay. And
But
what things are coming?
she's not allowed to go into the specifics
Hmm. Okay.
of some of these things.
Hmm.
It's in relation to what we see as the event as
Hmm.
of the coming changes.
Yes. Can she help us out with some kind of a time frame? Like what will Patrick look like when the event has happened?
I think she says that once the event, once, mm, well, what I understand is that I will be able to choose what I look like once I'm able
Mm,
to hold on to the light that is coming. That when
right.
I'm able to hold on to the full spectrum of the light, I
Hmm.
will be able to modify my body
Hmm.
to the point I will be able to almost do whichever I want to.
Right. That makes total sense because everybody they'll be healed of everything at that time and they'll be able to look like whatever they want to look like at that time,
She's
right?
saying that the light will accelerate well, not accelerate, but the light density of the magic light or God's light
Mm-hmm.
or the light of life
Hmm.
it will become so dense that what takes so long to happen now will
Hmm.
be able to happen instantly.
Right. We're talking about instant manifestation.
It's a good way to put it.
Yes. And then, so what we have to do is we have to make sure that we're in a place where almost everybody is a high vibrating, well-meaning individual before that can come to pass, because otherwise people that don't have control of their thoughts would also be able to instantly manifest, and that wouldn't be good, right?
Well, the system is built in a way that those with bad energies or evil or wrong energies will not be able to connect to those higher energies. They will not be able to exist,
Mm-hmm.
to be part of the reality when those energies are activated to these levels.
Okay.
They will not be a part of this reality anymore because it's impossible for them to bear those energies.
Perfect.
There's different path for them. Some will die,
Mm-hmm.
some will be taken off world.
Mm-hmm.
some will just be recycled.
Hmm. Some
Some
people
will
just
move,
stay with the old Earth too, right?
some have to see as to see Earth's soul is moving to a higher density. She's gonna leave the body, the rock body,
Hmm.
the planetary body. She's gonna leave it behind.
Oh,
She's gonna
wow.
she's gonna move with those of what? Okay, those that will be able to keep the new light, those
Hmm.
that will be able to hold on to this new light,
Hmm.
they will be able to move up with Earth's soul to the with the what they're calling New Earth.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
once her soul leaves the planetary body, the rock,
Hmm.
she will become a new Earth of a higher density.
Hmm.
And this is the separation they're talking about. That's the main the reason, the main event. That's
Her new
this
body will be made of light or crystal or what? If it's not
yes,
going to be rock, what will her new body be?
light.
Light. Okay.
Because she's saying that our perception of what her our perception, yes, our perception of what we consider material.
Hmm.
Yes. Okay. So our perception of what we consider material, like hard, it's not material. It's actually light. It's just another form of light,
Right.
and but it's gonna stay behind because
Mhm.
some souls have chosen this path.
They like it. Right.
Yeah, they like it, and there's they can't they can't imagine anything else. So
Hmm.
they're kind of stuck in that on that path,
Hmm.
and they need to see through it.
Right.
So some okay, so they will assist them
Hmm.
until the point they are ready to cross over to
Yeah.
get to higher densities.
That's really cool.
And some
That's,
of us
that's why
will.
instant manifestation will be able to happen, is because
Oh
we will
wow!
hook up. Okay.
Some of us that will have moved to New Earth.
Hmm.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna be able to work almost as angels on the old Earth if we want to.
Right. Right. We go back and we bring people over and we're way
Yeah.
showers.
Okay. So what she's doing with me right now,
Hmm.
some of us will be able to do with humans eventually.
Hmm. Hmm.
We're gonna be able to connect with humans of battle,
Oh,
well, of the old Earth that are having a hard time.
right.
So we're gonna be once we move up to New Earth, we're gonna be some light body angels or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, we're also gonna be able to assist. Some of us are gonna be able to assist on the old version of Earth.
Interesting. So yeah, like I say, we're going to be way shores. We'll go back. We'll get people. We're going to talk to them. We're going to say, "Come to the new Earth," right? Mellow out, and we're going to help them to find their way.
Yeah, she's showing me what she's just done. She just I think my higher self's trying to. So yeah, what she's done with Patrick is what you guys are going to be able to. You're going to be able to do this eventually.
I'm going to be able to as well, or you will be able to. What?
People from New Earth
Uh huh.
will be able to share.
Hmm.
They will be able to. It's confusing. There's a lot of energies.
Relax, Patrick. Don't fight it. Allow. There you go. Be one with it.
Wow, there's many beings here. This is so cool.
All inside of the sun or outside of it?
And right now, it looks like we're in a gigantic diamond.
Mm-hmm.
We can see space outside of it,
Mm-hmm.
but inside there are light beings appearing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw Baba Club, but I don't see him anymore. And the guy I see as my higher self
Mm-hmm.
is right beside me.
Wow. Is this like some kind of a council of some sort?
This is crazy. Well, I'm sitting beside myself.
What's your higher self look like, by the way, to you from this perspective? I always tease him about sounding like a machine. Does he look like a machine?
It's changing. Okay, he's making me realize that you can change aspect.
Right,
It's a light body.
right.
He can stretch out into the universe and then come back into one small point of light.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
This is so cool.
So he can kind of be as big or as small as he wants to be, basically.
Yeah. Oh wow, he's just turned into a gigantic star, super bright.
Wow. Okay. So this is how you're related to Hope, in a sense.
Yeah. They're showing me what we're going to be able to do for others eventually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're showing me how they're working with us.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, we're so pleased and honored. I just want to thank everybody there that is participating in this project.
It's a strange feeling. They're making me feel like, or trying to make me feel like they are feeling. It feels um, like you are light and everything is light, and it almost feels like you're everything. You're connected to everything.
Right. This is what
Uh,
we're supposed to be feeling.
it's unexplainable. Am I gonna stay like this? No, I'm already like this.
Hmm. I mean, you look normal to me right now, so. Right, but
Okay,
we say that all times are happening at the same time, right?
my higher self is saying that, and I can't understand. Yeah. Okay, my higher self is saying that we already have these connections.
Hmm.
We're already like the higher self, but
Hmm.
microscopic, very hard version.
Hmm.
But we will. But this is the expansion of light. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So yeah, we will. With the evolution we're going through, there's a chance that with that body that we are using at the moment, that we may go through the event, things go according to plan,
Hmm.
and we will go all the way up to reconnecting to the higher self,
Hmm.
or staying apart if we want to.
Hmm.
But we're going to become creator gods just like the higher self created us.
Hmm. But we're going to stay with physical bodies?
We choose when we want to leave those.
Okay. Okay.
But um, they're not going to be physical like this one.
Right. Like a
No,
light body, crystal
yeah, they're
body.
not. It's not the same. When you become a light body creator god. Oof,
Mhm.
I don't like the word god. Okay, it's
Right.
okay. Quite.
Creator beings, we'll
Yeah.
say.
Okay. Yeah. When you become a higher light creator being,
Hmm.
it is awkward to be working in body.
Mm. Right.
It doesn't really work. It doesn't serve the purpose. That
Yeah.
it?
You don't get that instant element of your manifestation.
You need stronger connection to the world you're creating to, yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Okay, so usually the star, there's a connection to the star. Oh my God, it's complicated. There's
Relax,
many,
allow.
many beings involved.
Hmm.
Okay, that depends what type of world we are creating. Okay, this world we're living in, it's because it's a world with there's duality, there's polarity,
Hmm.
and it's a complicated uh, mechanics. Uh, I'm gonna say mechanics anyway, but you need it's a co-creation. You need many type of beings to create what we live in.
Hmm.
That's why they see it as almost as a perfect machine of evolution to 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 bring those that are ready to higher levels so they can become creator beings themselves,
Hmm.
so that the fractals can become creator beings and start creating new universes, new worlds.
What's the benefit of that to the higher self and the oversouls? Why would they care if a fractal can do everything they can do when they can do it themselves?
Well, they're limited to their own universe, and to expand the light, we need to get out of this universe and create our own.
Hmm. Wow. So that means almost we're going to be creating almost an infinite amount of new universes then, huh?
Not almost. You are going to be
Right.
infinite creators.
And then the higher selves would be able to come behind us and explore these new creations. And that's the
Yes.
benefit to them.
And yes, you will eventually become the higher self of your creation,
Hmm.
and your creation will become the higher self of other creation. It's a process of
Wow.
what's kind of like the pyramid. This is why they put some pyramids on planets so that it installs the procedures, the mechanics of,
Right. Because it steps up the energy or steps down the energy in a proper way.
yeah, those are the mechanics of evolution in a
Right.
world of polarities, of duality,
Right.
and
But
material
in other
world.
universes, the mechanics might be different, huh?
Oh, wow, you should see how they react. Yeah, completely.
Right. Because that's the whole point of it all for them is to see what the new mechanics that come out of this are.
Uh, wow, it looks
Yeah,
so complicated what they're showing me.
because there's so many possibilities.
Infinite possibilities.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
we're what they are doing. They create bubbles of reality, individuals and collective and
Hmm.
super collective and micro collective, and
Oh, wow.
they're all collectives, but
Hmm.
we're also all micro bubbles with our own reality.
Hmm.
It's really complicated, but it's so beautiful, our life.
And this is why they want us all to be banding together, making little collectives and groups that are actually one, and having that one become bigger and bigger and bigger, is because that's how things work.
Okay, Hope is saying that she said to me, "You know who you are. Try to remember. I've been, I've been there before." So that's what they did to me. They took me from a high place of creation where I was creating worlds,
Hmm.
and I accepted the invitation
Hmm.
to come here so that people can feel my energy, or
Hmm.
I can hold that high energy.
Hmm. And they can work through you just as they are doing right now.
They're smiling. Yes,
Hmm.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It's dawning on us. We're understanding. Thanks so much, Hope, and the entire collective that's here. Um, just let you take a second to absorb that all. What are you getting in right now, Patrick? What are you seeing?
I'm sitting in that big diamond,
Mm, okay.
and I hope that that being is yeah, it's immense. It's a giant.
Hmm.
It's a giant light being, and it can
Right.
change shape.
But she could never fit on the planet Earth because she's too big, the way she is now, right?
Yeah, she's too powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, she'd like blow the planet up. Hey, I want
Probably.
to ask you about this, Hope. I've gotten some messages about the diamond plasma liquid light, help people to attune to that in our inductions, because this will help to bring in ascension energies. Can you talk to me about that topic and tell me what I have right and what I have wrong there?
Hmm. I think she's saying that. Hmm, yeah, she's saying it's a good line of belief,
Okay.
but again, we have to realize that we're working with energies, and it's up to us to realize with whom we are working and try to depolarize these names as much as we can,
Mhm.
because we're getting into this. The serious stuff is coming. Yeah, yeah. She says the next years or months,
Mhm.
it's going to get really complicated.
Mhm.
So it's better off for us to let the religious stuff behind and
Okay.
to understand that we're even me, even I've been calling the angels the yells and stuff like that. But this is
Mhm.
also polarization, and she's telling me that I should see this differently.
Okay.
It's gonna be, it's gonna become necessary for us to understand that there's a field of energy, what we call the angels. It's a field of energy,
Uh-huh.
and it's there to assist us. And it's not
Uh-huh.
there just to be good. It's also there to be bad when it's needed.
Uh-huh.
It's also there to be evil, dark, or bright as light, or
Okay.
the most healing of energies. It's there to assist us.
Right, to give us contrast when we need it, to give us polarity as a way to recognize things
Okay, they're showing me that
ourselves.
they have almost shut down the whole galaxy.
Oh, like no people coming in or out type of thing?
Yeah, it's in quarantine. The whole galaxy is in quarantine
Okay.
because of there are many planets that are being worked on right now. They're trying to find karmic resolution.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to heal us.
Okay.
They're really trying to get the most of us out
Mm-hmm.
before something. Oh, before oh, okay. Okay, they need to take the most of us out.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't see time like we do, but there is a cycle. There's something with cycles, and we're getting soon
Life,
to it.
death, rebirth, right? That's the main cycle there is for everything.
Yes, and we're getting to a point where they don't want to lose the advancement that's been done here on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to make us. They need to speed up the evolution. They need. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
why they're all assisting us. They want to save as many of us as they can.
So are we worried about a nova coming from our sun, or some kind of a problem from the center of the galaxy that would be the issue with the cycle?
Well, their turn now. They're all pushing back from what's coming. What's the problem coming?
Yeah. Why do we need to speed up?
She says it's not a problem. It's nature.
Right.
and it's the nature
Is
of
it from the
things.
sun, or is it from the center of the galaxy, or is it from somewhere else?
It's not for right now. We should
Okay.
not worry. We should not worry about right now. Uh, when it gets close, they will let us know, and
Okay.
people will be aware, and there will be other types of resolution when it gets to that point. But right
Okay.
now, they don't want. Yeah, they don't want.
Worry people.
No,
Right.
they don't want to get into the details. Even my higher self was sitting right beside me.
Yeah.
He's pushing back when I look at him to get
Okay.
answers. He's
We
pushing
can
back.
move on from that. Can you tell us where we are as far as what we term it as the event? Where are we in that process? Is this the beginning of it, the middle of it, the end of it? Where are we in it?
Okay, I hope is saying that we're the creators of the event. They are using us. They're influencing us to create
Mhm.
the event,
Okay.
and it's really really hard for them to work with timelines because
Mhm.
it's us choosing when we're ready,
Right. Right.
and it works with majority or uh,
Is there
what
a
can I
certain percentage of the people that would have to be on the same wavelength
say?
before this can come to fruition?
It's not a certain percentage. I think it's a certain people, an amount, a certain amount within a certain people, a certain type of people.
Like light workers, what we call them, or wanderers?
No, they're not the light workers. The light workers are already ready. They're ready. They're
Mhm.
they're they're already asking for that event.
Right.
Well,
Good point.
the what is it? Fallen angels? No, no, the humans,
Mhm.
the true human.
Right. We need a
Okay.
certain amount of them to be ready, right?
Yeah, the humans. Yeah, yeah. She's saying that it's the humans, those that are not awakened.
Hmm.
But the way she's presenting it, the, how many humans are there? She's not saying, but she's saying that it's not 7 billion. Hmm. That's wow. That's strange.
7 billion is the number I was thinking, right? That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's not even close to that. It's so are they fillers or they what is it? Okay, so there are numbers. Are they real material beings or?
There's the humans that look like humans, but they don't have a soul in them. I've been hearing about that lately. Is that a thing?
Yes, it's a thing.
And then that is that what they're talking about right now or not?
Yes.
Okay. So that's why it seems like there's more humans than there really are.
Seriously, I can't understand what she's saying, what she's trying to explain.
It'll come
But
to you later.
there's yes, there's less human than what we think.
Hmm.
There's a lot less, and
Okay.
they're using us to create those humans also, or the vision, or
Hmm.
yeah, it's a vision, but it's real. It's a real vision.
Hmm.
They're real humans, but
Are they
we
clones or something like that then?
they're not clones. We
Okay.
create them because we think they're real. They
Uh-huh.
become real, but
Okay.
they're not real.
Okay.
Is that it?
So if I saw an unreal human at the grocery store, how would I know?
The lack of emotion, of light.
Hmm.
They're like a zombie. They're just programmed to do that little thing every day, day in, day out, not
I mean, those
caring
people,
about
they have
anything.
families and children that go to school, and I don't even understand. What's the point of that?
Again, expansion of light.
Mm, okay.
It's to hurry up the process.
Mm,
There's something going on, and they're not saying there's a lack of time. There's something like they're in a rush for us evolution or something.
yeah. Okay.
And it's not just a relation to Earth.
It's the whole galaxy.
Okay, yeah, we're needed. We're needed somewhere else in the galaxy. We're
Oh,
needed.
like there's maybe another planet that's a little farther behind us that we can go and help, just like we would be helping the Earthlings as way showers. We'd be helping the people from these other planets as well.
We're part of a greater plan of some kind.
Mhm.
But they really, really need us.
Okay.
They need us to go through that like if a being that volunteered like me to
hmm
come here and help
hmm
was to die today,
hmm
they would send me right back.
Right. Right.
They would ask me to volunteer, and I would obviously volunteer.
Right. Because yeah, right. Yeah, and you came for a mission. It's not like other people that are just here to have fun and hang out. You came for a reason.
Yeah, and that's what she's saying. Most souls right now are here for resolution reason of
Okay.
some. I think yeah, okay, it is for some type of fixing, healing.
Because there's going to be no more karma after the event, right? Is that what they're getting at?
They're trying to save the universe.
The universe. Is this from free will? Is this because of free will?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're trying to save this universe.
Right. Because the free will is kind of like a disease a little bit, huh? It like gets out of hand and out of control and starts doing crazy shit.
Yeah, it's all in relation to saving the universe. There's been so much karma created by
Mm-hmm.
groups
Mm-hmm.
of very, very wrong beings.
Mm-hmm. Misguided, we'll say.
Not just misguided, but totally out of control.
I was trying to be nice about it.
Psychopathic like beings,
Right.
destructive, that lost all connections to
Yeah.
the good or to God, or they've done so much that they wouldn't even dare show me.
Wow. Wow. I mean, this is on such a bigger scale than we ever thought. We're so busy thinking about Earth, and it's the galaxy and it's the universe, and so I guess the question is like, is Earth where it all started, or is Earth where it all ends, or what makes Earth so important? Or we're just talking about Earth because that's where me and Patrick are.
They're saying there's something with the humans that is being that body that we have right now,
Mm-hmm.
that evolutionary process.
Mm-hmm.
It has something to do with it. That body is needed through the whole galaxy.
Wow.
It
Because
has,
this is like I heard one time it was like the 33rd or the 33rd, 34th version of humans, and they keep trying to just get it better and better and better.
oh
It has to
boy,
do with emotions, I believe.
when you said 34, like the numbers, she showed me like the numbers going up, and it's
Way
way more
more.
than 34.
Okay.
It's like thousands and thousands of
Right.
versions.
Okay. So I guess my question
Well,
is okay,
she's
go ahead.
showing me that the DNA of the humans
Mm-hmm.
that we are at the moment
Mm-hmm.
has been. Oh wow!
Right, because they tweak us, they watch us evolve, then they tweak us, and they watch us evolve, and then they tweak us, and they watch us evolve. Right.
So she's saying that it was purposely slowed down
Uh huh.
to create a very, very long process of emotional understanding, of imprinting.
That's why
Yes,
we only have one sun, then, huh?
we've been emotionally imprinting our soul
Mm-hmm.
through many lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, through like what we call past lives and all that
Mm-hmm.
are all fractals, and they're all
Mm-hmm.
connected together,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all joining to the soul, to the soul like being, or something.
It all comes down to emotion, huh? More than anything. It's not about like being physically strong or something like that. It has to be about the ability to experience emotions, especially love.
Exactly. It's
Okay.
all about emotion, she's saying.
Right
It's
there,
the,
because
it's the emotional body. Once we're in control of the emotional body, then it gets really easy.
right, because I always hear that the flaw with all the other versions, whenever they're changing a version of humans, is because not having enough emotions.
So she's showing me images. They're trying to create a super emotional being
Mm-hmm.
with thousands and thousands of races mixing the DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? Yeah. So we have the DNA of everybody on the in the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she's saying we have the DNA. We're like a big salad of DNA.
Like the melting pot, we like to call that.
Yes. And we're like a resolution being because so many things have been going wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying. Oh my God, I can't understand what she's showing.
Mm-hmm. We'd just like to ask the higher self, how's Patrick's body holding up? How's our connection doing? I want to make sure that we don't run short on time. Please tell me that everything's fine and good right now.
He's saying so.
Okay.
That's why I'm not connecting that good.
We would like to ask the higher self to modulate Patrick's state of trance to help him to be in a perfect state for the communications that are coming through today. Thank you. That feels much better. Much better. There we go. We want to be in the perfect state to receive information. We don't want it to seem like it's coming in too fast either. Just want to have an inner knowing and a grasp.
And so the problem is that there's interference.
Okay.
The energies are not stable enough to hold these connections. Has nothing to do with Patrick.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with that hope star you've been connected to.
Okay.
It's just those energies are not strong enough. They're not to the levels needed to
Okay.
connect with that being.
Okay.
So we're really lucky that we were able to get so much.
Good. Good.
So I think that'll be it for today.
Okay. All right. All right, so we would like to thank everybody that came forward to help with this session. We look forward to seeing you all again. We would like to ask everybody to return to their normal place of residence and that the soul of Patrick seats back up into the self. Wide awake, buddy.
Wow, that's cool. I remember so much more this time.
You were getting a lot of information too, so I felt it was like in the way I'm glad that we pulled you out when we did, but in the way I'm kind of mad at myself for saying, "Oh, how's it going?" You know, and they're like, "Yeah, you're right, we're done." And I was like, "Ah, damn it. If I wouldn't have said anything, we could have kept going. I bet, you know."
No, but I think you asked because I was losing connection anyway.
Yeah, it's weird how like I kind of get connected to you in a way, and I can feel the energies and
Well,
almost see some of the stuff. You know.
it's the same when I did your session.
Yeah.
When through the induction, I could feel your energies. I could feel you going in, and then there was a little dark cloud, a little gray cloud coming back, and whoop, it was going away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm heavy.
Yeah.
Oh
Just
my
take
God.
your time, buddy. Just chill out for a minute. Relax. You went really far away. For beings of that type of vibration and power, it's hard for them to come here. And so we have to be able to meet them in the middle somewhere.
Yeah,
This is
so
what makes you special, is your ability to travel farther to meet somebody in the middle. And the farther away that you can go, it means the more powerful the thing that can come to you because of where the middle is. Does that make sense?
So the only true big difference between an indigo and a regular human is the energies. I'm able to hold higher energies. So
Exactly.
so that you're probably right. Because of that, I'm able to go to those places where most aren't.
Right. And if we were just to think of it in terms of dimensions, even though that may not be appropriate, but let's just say for an example that Ursula's higher self was an 18th dimensional being, okay? That being could not step all the way down to third dimension. It would feel very, very, very uncomfortable. Even if it could get there, it would hate it, right? But that being, let's say, could come down to ninth, and it can feel very good. Now, if somebody that can go up to seventh can't talk to that being, but somebody else that can go up to ninth can now talk to that being. So if there's a being above this one that's from the 20th dimension, we need somebody who can go up to 10th to meet it in the middle. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like what you're saying.
Yeah. And it may not be the perfect words, but those work for as far as the concept goes anyway.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, though. I can
Right.
visualize.
And this is why you were chosen and why you were sent here in the first place, is because you are going to be able to communicate with these beings that can only step themselves down so far.
Yeah, and also to bring in those new energies, new to the planet, also that she needed to get out of here, I guess.
And what will happen is eventually people that are exposed to you will themselves become raised up and be able to get to those places, right? That's not that they're ever going to be able to come farther down. Now, what they may be able to do is to work through you more as that channel becomes more opened, but still, they're only going to be able to come down so far. It's just like I was saying about Hope. She's so big, she could never step on the planet Earth. Like literally, her soul is so big that it wouldn't fit inside of Patrick, right? It would not fit inside of the planet fucking Earth.
No,
Its soul is that big.
she'd probably have to break in millions of beings to create a.
If she wanted to be on Earth, she would have to be a million people. And
Exactly.
even then, only a small portion of her would be here.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I don't think they would let the whole higher self go completely down, because then you would lose control. You would lose ultimate control of those fractals.
That's another reason that it can't happen. You're right. Even if they could do it, they wouldn't, because it would be a huge mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happens is they're going to be affected by the veil and the forgetting and the density and the random bullshit
And the dark energies.
and the dark energies. Exactly. They can get enslaved. They can get trapped. This is why they need a proxy.
So they said something that not all dark energy is dark energy, that some is light, but made to look like dark energy for us for our evolution of
Now, you want to hear a perfect example of that? You know who? Hitler. Hitler was an incredibly high vibrating being that bit a huge fucking bullet and took that for all of us to provide that polarity. Now, he eventually got corrupted and got fed a bunch of drugs by his people that were around him and lost his mind. But his original mission was to be Hitler.
Well, we have to realize something with Hitler, that he was just a puppet. Okay, there was people behind Hitler.
Right.
Okay? So we can never forget that.
Nobody knows that, dude. What do you mean never forget? Nobody even knows that.
Yeah, well, there were people much higher than Hitler, and those people, we never talk about them, and those are the dangerous ones that are still, well, not alive today, but these families are still around today.
Yep.
And they're the ones that have been involved with paying gangs and stuff like that, and the corruption that is here on Earth.
I think we would say whoever's behind all the central banks would be probably a good place to start with that.
Well, it's all the same group. All Masonic cults are in that gang. Okay, it all comes from Italy. It all comes from that The Vatican. It all comes from there. These families are in control of that central place, and Switzerland, where they have the House of Masonry. All orders are coming out of there. So
By the way, I heard about somebody that does motor travel very similar to what we do, and they went to the Vatican and they got caught and busted,
oh yeah.
just like we thought. Yeah, I was like, how did they do that? How did they get away with it? And they're like, well, actually, they didn't. They got them.
Well, that's one place that my higher self told me right away, don't. It's one place you don't want to go because they have protection and all that.
Yep.
And and they can tag along with you when you come back, and it's not a place you want to go.
Same with Smithsonian, I'm sure, which is the other place I would just love to go to. But
the Smithsonian Institute?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, they've been stealing.
Like, literally, this is the end of every good story, Patrick, okay? Like, famous last words. And then the Smithsonian showed up to do an investigation. Crickets. Well, chirp, chirp, chirp. You don't hear nothing after that.
It's all controlled by the Masonic orders that well, it is an order of the Masons. So, well, look, all the highest people on the planet, if you become a help to the President of the United States, you will become a honorary knight of the Queen. So, you know, if you help out these guys, they will give you all the money you need, all the money you want, and
bunch of stupid shit that doesn't matter, right? Titles,
exactly,
perceived power, blah blah.
Stuff that only counts here when you're alive for a little bit.
Yeah, we didn't get any answers as far as how far along we are on the event, or exactly what the real nature of it is. You know, everything that we wanted to know, they were just like, "Ooh, that's a little too good of a question there," you know, right? We don't want to scare people.
There's something coming, so I'm not sure if it's the event or something, but they're backing out in any form, any way you approach them with that question. They're pulling away from it.
Yep. Yeah, because I tried it from several different angles. The thing that I was mad that we didn't get to was just, you know, my ego-based me type of stuff, you know. How are they going to help us? I wanted to learn about inductions, you know, when are we going to blow up big, and, you know, what should we be doing to help them in the short term? I didn't get to any of that, you know.
Okay, let's do a session just for that.
I want to.
Okay, Tuesday. No, Tuesday. I won't be there.
Just Wednesday. Wednesday's our day.
Wednesday, okay?
Yeah, we'll do that next Wednesday.
Okay, and let's say we do a session. The first hour of the session, we aim just for questions for that. And
I want to learn about inductions that work on everyone. Yeah, and then just
make a list.
Me and you do as their vessel be most effective to help them with their goals.
Yeah.
All that type of stuff. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a list for this one because I have a lot to ask about.
Yes.
So yeah, let's do it Wednesday. That'll be I got nothing on Wednesday. Perfect.
And maybe you can even go to the mountains on Monday or Tuesday too to really get yourself in a peak state.
I'm going Tuesday. That's why I say not Tuesday. I can't.
Yeah, dude, that's great.
Yeah. Okay. So that'll be perfect. That'll be perfect.
Yeah. I like it a lot. I'll go ahead and put this out. I don't even think I have to really edit it because I didn't start recording until very, very late, and then I didn't really use an induction. There's nothing to get rid of there.
Because of this one, I remember almost everything. I now have a face to put with my higher self. That's crazy.
I know, that was so cool.
But I was sitting in a meeting in the middle of space somewhere. This is so cool.
I was asking like if it was a council or something, but they didn't answer it.
And what is so cool is that I wasn't in, well, I was in deep, but not like usual. It wasn't the higher self. It was myself with them. And sometimes
they were sitting next to each other. It was tripping you out, right? You were like, okay, so here's me. Wait, there's me. But here's me. That was so funny. And then you're like this. You're like, oh, me over here just got super huge. It just got super tiny. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, that was wow, that was cool. But that answers a lot of questions, and it's gonna help with what we're trying to do, because I remember everything this time. So this is
But
what we're
also,
doing.
your state wasn't like, I mean, we didn't take you like through 3 lifetimes or nothing like that. Dude,
But
how about that first kind of lifetime that we dropped into just randomly? How funny was that?
oh yeah, I just remembered that.
Yeah, like we sent a little love to that little girl, and we were like, you know what? Let's just dig around. Let's do a little investigating before we get to where we're going, and let's see if there's anything we can do to help her. And that was cool, dude.
And it's cool what we can do. Hey, we're figure out things that we can do now. Now that I know
What's her future hold? What can we do that doesn't violate any of her free will, but still gives her a little leg up? Makes things just a little easier for her mission. Wow, that's so cool, dude. And you know what else? That's a perfect example of what they were saying we were going to do. That's why we were there.
yeah.
They were showing us, we were learning. Oh my God, it's giving me chills right now. I thought that was some random thing. It wasn't random. They're like, we'll just put them in there. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Because they're noble hearts.
They're showing us what we can actually do. And
what the fuck, Patrick? That's mind-blowing.
And
that's
now it also proves me another thing is that we can connect. You know how I said that when we're not deep, there's no way to connect to the higher self or to outside beings, real beings. You need to use your imagination.
That's what we really worry about.
Yeah. Well, that's why the question came up. But now I'm realizing that yes, we can connect. It can be done because you see, if it would have been me, I would have had the answers of everything. So this was coming from really from another being because she wasn't answering everything I wanted to be answered. So it's not my imagination. It is an outside connection.
Absolutely. And you weren't that deep this time, I don't think at all. So that's a perfect example of what you're saying. And I'm glad that you're coming around to that way of thinking because I've felt that way before a lot. I've noticed that I've had some sessions that I wasn't happy with that because the person's bullshit came in and they weren't super deep. I get that, but I don't think that that's like necessarily tied in because I've had other sessions where the person wasn't that deep and it was a great fucking session and I resonated with everything they said. And then later on in the session, boom, they went deeper because the higher self came in. It's almost always what happens to me is when I call in the higher self, that's usually when the higher self will come in and just go, bam, knock their dick in the dirt.
Baba told me that to keep working a little longer with you, but eventually make a show. Okay, use the material we got and everything. Make a show, something that people would like to watch every week, and make it based on a unpolarized, serious matter. Like we use a scientific language. That it would attract a big crowd, a new crowd, and it's people we need to wake up also. But that was an advice that I got from him about more than a month when we first started to work together. So eventually we should maybe try that.
Well, yeah, because we've been wanting to branch into. All right, man, that's super fun. We'll get together next week. We're going to talk to Hope. We're going to ask. You're going to make some questions. We want to talk about things of what can we do specifically to help. How are they wanting to help us next? What's our next step? And we want to talk about inductions and level of trance and that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's where I was going. So we also need to ask a lot of questions on business modalities and what in relation to what I've been wanting to do in relation to what you've been wanting to do. How we can approach this and what's the best way to approach it? Not how, because they're always going to answer with a question.
Right.
Right. The best way would be better.
Best practices is what I like to ask. What are best practices involved with this?
Yeah, that's
Somebody wants to do this or they want to achieve that. What's the best practice for them?
yeah, that's the best words to use.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, man. I hope you have a great night. I'm so glad to be back with you and have things feeling like normal again.
And listen, we're gonna do these chats, but we're gonna do it differently. Okay, let me think about it, and we're gonna use more of a scientific approach, less personal, and leave our opinions a little more behind, and keep it more professional, and maybe try those chats, but uh, on a different page, on a different way, maybe.
Most of what I have to talk about is about the messages that I've received that week
Hmm.
through my sessions.
Hmm.
This is not exactly, I mean, can you call our sessions science? I don't know. They're kind of more art, more entertainment than anything. But I mean, that's what, like, for instance, I got information about the diamond light, and you're out in space in a giant diamond, right? There's that synchronicity there that always happens, right? And like I always say, if I get an idea, you get it. If you get an idea, I get it. And usually what will happen, if you're about to get a message, this hope kick wants to come through and say something to us. Everybody else's higher self is saying similar things to me from the other side. But nobody's trying to talk to me, right? But anyways, so to me, it's about the messages that we're getting and how we interpret those. So there has to be that little bit of as long as we don't talk about anyone else, I think we're okay. That's what I guess what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Because that's what we have to offer, and that's what people like and respond to. They're like, "Oh, dude, we love those trippy, out there concepts,"
Yeah, well,
Of course.
it's all coming together. Anyway, it feels really, really good now because I can see her. It's the first time I can get clear answers from that being.
Yes.
And wow, I'm really, really happy. Wow, it's finally here.
Yeah, right. It's been tickling at the side of your brain for so long. I asked if, hey, now that we got you, can I, really attach you to Patrick and anchor you in? And they were kind of like, no, but well, let's just try, right? And so they're like, they're fucking with your third eye and making the connection.
Yeah. I remember they did that. Wow, that's cool what she did. She backed me out from the star
Uh-huh.
color, and
Yeah.
I felt really, really cold here.
Yeah.
Like I felt like it was dark blue, changing at the same time as the star. That was cool.
So what happens is I need to ask for that same thing to happen for the next 2 or 3 sessions. And then this will really, you're going to be talking to her all day long, every day. You won't even have to go into a trance if we do it right. You won't have to do meditation. You're just going to be walking around at the grocery store, and she's going to be like, don't use that brand. They suck. You're going to be like, Kel, I can't get her to shut up now. I mean, if that's what you want, we can work towards that.
Well, seriously, the higher self has been starting to pop like this lately. I'm getting to the point where I'm standing up doing something and I can kind of connect with him and get his answer. Do you think I should go there? Oh, Patrick, you know better. Okay.
It's funny too. The other thing I didn't ask was why was Babacqua fucking with me that one time, and like having my turtle tap dancing on my keyboard and fucking up my password and then I woke up with the Frida song stuck in my head. It was Frida was fuck. I would love to have known what happened with that whole story. Why that was.
Yeah, that's good. That way. That's good. Write it down so you ask next time.
I will. Okay. All right, man. Well, I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna go eat some lunch and I hope you have a great day. Okay.
That was fun, man. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Bye bye.